pee stream into your dick? You know what I'm talking about?
No, what are you talking about?
There's a parasite that, like, they go up, like streams and stuff, so whenever you pee, they're quick enough they can actually swim up your pee stream into your penis.
So you know this from, like, experience, or...?
I was told by a guy on Discord years ago that this was a thing, and I just believed him, because I'm like, that's really fucked up.
That sounds like less than an academic source.
Well, listen.
In the bibliography, it's like this guy on Discord.
I have.
Can I get a source for that?
Well, okay.
What's the MLA fucking guide for how you cite some guy on Discord?
I'm more of an APA guy myself.
Let me look this shit up.
This will be the cold open.
I think this looks great.
Amazon. I spelled that wrong. Amazon. Oh, it's not loading.
Oh, that's convenient.
But this is like a thing. Like I looked it up. There's a bunch of things coming up.
No,
The Kind News is Spanish-based.
What is the Amazon parasite that swims up urine?
It's like a well-known thing. I'm telling you.
The Candiru carnero in some Spanish-based accounts is known as a little fish keen on entering the nether regions. keen on entering the nether regions of people urinating.
I told you. It's real.
Spikes prevent it from retracting or being removed, and so an electrifying buzz is born. What does that mean?
I told you.
They're making it sound like it rocks.
It doesn't. I would assume not.
They're being like, oh, you get an electrifying buzz. It's like the person who wrote that is like into this.
Yeah, they're like getting parasites and it turns them on. Yeah. Or whatever the fuck is a fish, I guess.
That's somebody's thing, yeah.
Well, there you go. I
probably like a subreddit or something for that.
You guys were like, you fucking idiot. How did you believe that? And then we looked it up and there you go.
No, to be honest, I thought there was probably something to it.
Yeah. I mean, why would you believe it though?
I believed it because I trust you.
Well, thanks. Were you recording all this?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
we're live, Bucket. Well, we're not live, but we're
live and in person.
We're on the record.
On the record. Okay.
Well, hello everyone.
Hi.
We are the Album Spotlight Podcast.
Indeed. My name is Noah.
My name is Freddie.
I'm Nathaniel.
We have Nathaniel here again.
Hello.
Yeah, and you want to introduce the album, Freddie?
A little bit inspired by last time we were doing a certain Texan post-rock album that has a very funny looking cover, and we got on the topic of like of like pen and pixel style Southern hip hop album covers, and we of course then were inspired to do probably our favorite one of the album with our favorite one of those covers.
Yeah, this is a classic. We blasted this when we all lived together. This is a great one.
This is incredible. This is the we are doing The Devil's Playground by Koopsta.
We'll just call him Mr. Koopsta.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
The Coop.
Yeah, I guess like
Cooper.
The Cooper. The Coop.
Cooper. Talk about the album.
Today you remind me of a small Mexican chihuahua.
Good, you remembered it.
Yeah, because I was like, I remember it was some kind of.
I remember the chihuahua. I was like, what's the rest of it? Yeah. So we are all white, if that was not apparent. So,
from our names and how we speak.
The secret's out.
Also, if you're a super uber goody two shoes Christian, this album talks about the devil constantly and 666.
Yeah, it's some
horrorcore, you could even say.
Yeah.
Maybe more than mildly satanic hip hop.
Yes. Yeah. Which you wouldn't expect looking at the cover. I don't know what you would expect. I guess the Devil's Playground kind of gives away, but everything else about it, you're like kind of like.
He's not kidding.
Yeah.
He's not kidding.
He's not kidding.
He's not kidding.
Yeah, he's on that devil shit.
On the devil.
The Devil's Playground.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, fuck.
Went over my head, Freddie.
That fucking sucks, man.
You know jokes aren't good if you have to explain them, Freddie. So explain
I don't even remember what the joke was.
That's a good
Yeah, I got
point.
lost.
Okay.
Fuck that bit. We're on to the next.
Hey.
Okay, well, Noah. So what the hell are we talking about? We've just been rambling about some bullshit. Set the scene.
Yeah, Koopsta, as I guess I'll refer to him as from here on out, was a member of 3-6 Mafia, legendary Southern hip hop group.
From Memphis.
From Memphis, yeah, part of the Memphis rap scene. I don't know, if you haven't heard 3-6 Mafia stuff, then as long as you've listened to like any hip hop that's come out in the past 15 years, then you've heard their influence, because they were also like, their music was a predecessor to trap. But yeah, they didn't really get too big until they started making club crunk music, but
Which is also good.
which they're surprisingly good.
Some hard ass fucking singles.
Yeah,
Like, oh my god.
not disparaging that. Yeah, a lot of the members, maybe all of them, I'm not sure, had solo stuff, and this is, in my opinion, the crown jewel of that whole thing. He made this album and then like a couple other ones here and there, but this is like the one.
This is like the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's isn't he part of some gaming thing now?
He's deceased.
Yeah, he unfortunately died.
Well, wasn't he at one point?
That's DJ Paul, who
DJ
who's
Paul,
the part owner
DJ Paul.
of FaZe Clan. Yeah, I should say they have like a sort of rotating cast. That the two like center members are Juicy J and DJ Paul,
The producers.
who are producers who also do some rapping. And
Yeah.
then you have Koopsta, like Lord Infamous, Gangsta Boo, and then like a bunch of people who are like associated. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah.
Project Pat.
The cinematic
Pat.
universe of...
It literally kind of is. It's
Yeah.
like
Crunchy Black.
Crunchy Black, Gangster Black, Kingpin Skinny Pimp.
Yep.
There's there's a whole like crew, and it's really funny because they have 3-6 Mafia, and then there's also like the Tear the Club Up Thugs.
Yeah.
There's the like Prophet Posse. Oh yeah, Hypnotized Camp Posse. Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Killjoy
Yeah,
Club.
those type
They
of
even
songs.
like collaborated with Insane Clown Posse on at least one song.
Yeah, there's like people who are like in the Memphis rap scene. It's like all the rappers from like New York in the 90s weren't like, oh yeah, we're all in sort of a crew doing this sort of thing. They were all, it's more of a, like,
There's a lot more community in the Memphis. While
Yeah.
a lot of the other places, it's kind of more like, I need to be better than this guy. Well, in Memphis, it's like, okay, guys, let's get everyone except one guy and then do this, and tomorrow we'll do this group. Like, it's just like constant, like, there's even samples on this album that are just straight from other Memphis folk.
oh yeah,
Like,
that's like a lot of this album.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like a collaborative thing, and that's what's really cool about it.
Yeah, I kind of think of this album as like a Memphis rap greatest hits.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's like
Yeah.
It's just all bangers, and there are like so many different sections of it where you can kind of trace them back to other awesome albums in the scene. Yeah, it's so cool listening to it and being like, in a way, this is kind of just what hip hop is now.
Yeah.
Although at the same time, it's so much weirder than most of what's out.
Sitting on the joint with my niggas drinking. Oh, stop off at the liquor store, get injected, we're headed for the end.
Because one of the things with Memphis rap is it's very much a sound.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's really like we were saying, it's sort of a very key inspiration in the modern trap sound. Like already in like 1991, you had like the 808 drums, the like hi-hats going like like the
Yeah, the
skittering
triplets.
triplet flows. All of the elements are like there, and it's just like, yep. I always have this thought is just like, could I put this on? Could I slip this in at a frat party and would people notice?
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of songs like, yeah, probably, but like there's somewhere I'm like, I bet I could get that one through.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a couple, I think.
So how about so Nathaniel, how would you describe the like sound palette of this album?
Yes, the one man does no music theory. That's the sound palette. I don't
This
know.
isn't really the kind of album that has like very deep like music theory to dive into. Though.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I mean, it's just like It goes from hard banger to like really vibey, like every few tracks. It's very nocturnal to me. That's probably
Definitely.
just because it's horrorcore, and almost all horrorcore I've ever listened to has been nocturnal. I'm not sure I've listened to one that's like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this in the bright summer day. No, I love the synths. I love the samples. I think every single sample on this album is good. I'm not sure there's a bad one. DJ Paul did a good job.
Yeah,
DJ
and Juicy
Paul.
J.
And Juicy J.
Yeah, so yeah, it's very much like it's credited as a Koopsta solo album, which is definitely like, I don't know, it's hard to exactly place like where all the creative input from various people were, but it's very much heavily had the other 3-6 Mafia members involved, particularly in the production. You have DJ Paul and Juicy J.
Koopsta definitely raps the most though.
Yeah,
and he has that wonderful flow, that dun 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 dun, and that's like
very melodic flow.
That is like 20 tracks. I know it's not actually, but there's a lot of tracks with that flow, especially right after Stash Pot. It's like the same thing. It makes it feel like it's like one big track.
Yeah, his like general style is like basically what like Bone Thugs took and ran with.
Yeah.
no shade to Bone Thugs, they're also
but it's true.
It's
Koopsta's voice is very unique.
Yeah.
I really haven't heard a rapper like him before. Like his vocal tone, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a standout member in the group for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you can partially like talk about this album as like look at all this stuff it influenced. It's like this really early version of like what turned into trap. The thing that always like really strikes me about it is it's just such a weird fucking album.
Yeah.
It is, because like the closest thing to the kind of like supergroup thing that 3-6 Mafia is that I can think of is maybe something like Wu-Tang Clan, but like imagine if like fucking like Method Man or something went and made an album where like 80% of it is just like samples of other Wu-Tang songs.
Yeah.
And then it's like they just loop random hooks from other Wu-Tang songs, and like sometimes entire tracks will just be like looped pieces of other Wu-Tang songs that are like
there's one track here for sure that's literally there's no rap, it's just samples.
I think there's a couple of
borders on instrumental hip hop at points.
Yeah, the Smoking on the J is the one I was thinking of. Yeah,
I think doesn't Anna Got Me Clicking also? Isn't it also one of the? Does that have a verse?
I think it has one verse.
Maybe that has a verse.
Yeah.
Oh, Purple Thing.
Purple Thing
has no. Yeah.
And that's like the longest track.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Love to hear a Wu-Tang album like that, where it's just a bunch of Wu-Tang samples.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah, imagine that with like, because like it makes a lot of, because of course in this thing it's like such a unique cocktail, because what they make with it is just like this extremely like sort of hypnotic, woozy kind of thing that you can just like sink into. But it would be really funny to hear that in like a boom bap kind of context.
Yeah, the reason it works is because it's so atmospheric, which isn't really Wu-Tang's thing.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, every song is so fucking catchy.
Yeah.
After I hear this album even once, for like a whole week, I'm just gonna have like 20 different samples and hooks stuck in my head.
Yeah.
They just have like this endless like library of like fucking phenomenal hooks.
Yeah.
Like they have so many of them. Basically this just like this like embarrassment of riches on all, like a lot of these tracks have like multiple hooks that like are like so fucking good.
Yeah.
Because it's really like the sort of thing where like any of the hooks on any of the tracks could work on any of the other tracks, you know? So like imagine the hook from another track on
Yeah, you could pretty easily make like a very weird esoteric DJ set of like mixing and matching all of the parts of this album.
That'd be kind of awesome. You could keep that going like arbitrarily long. Just like keep doing different versions of the That's kind of probably what part of like a lot of like the writing process was for this album, was just kind of like letting a beat play and just like, you know, playing the same fucking sample of yourself from 3 years ago, like over and over.
I remember a sample. This would go well with the beat we just made.
Yeah, because a lot of the album is pretty repetitive, but it's such a hypnotic way where I just don't think about it, and when the track is over, I don't want it to be. I just want it to keep going.
Yeah.
But then another banger comes on right afterwards. So it's not like unsatisfying.
It's such a it's just like one of those albums that's so easy to fucking put on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have no idea how many times I've listened to this thing.
Yeah.
But it's like so many.
Yeah.
I think for I don't know.
It works for like any situation.
Yeah. It's just like always.
This is my go-to car ride, like nighttime car ride album. This and Hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, different vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the lyrics are for most of this album though. Still.
Stash Pod, I know most of them.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of for that one. I guess it's probably not true to say most of them, but it's often hard to tell. I don't know. I don't know how official any of the ones online are. It feels like they're not very.
Even a lot of the samples are hard to know for sure what they're saying.
Yeah, it's very lo-fi and scuzzy the whole time.
There's ones like round up Busto with my cat. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, we can pull up what people think.
It's a really interesting exercise to go through the Genius lyrics for all of these tracks and be like, really?
Yeah. That's what it is.
It's like maybe, I guess.
Yeah, when I heard a woman on this album, I was stunned.
Yeah, there's the Gangsta Boo verse.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, she has the mask to my face to increase my high, or whatever. That's a fucking awesome.
Yeah, she steals the show on every track she's on any 3-6 Mafia song. Honestly,
she's fucking great.
She's so good. Yeah, that's
rest in peace.
Yeah. She died recently.
Yeah, I think it was New Year's Day of this year.
Oh wow.
Mask to my fucking face, I'm fiending to increase my high. Album is like red as hell, these bitches better recognize.
You can tell the way we're talking about it. This album is very, it's very funny. That's a lot of Memphis rap. It's often it's a very lo-fi, and they generally don't take themselves very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Certainly, obviously the lyrical content is all about doing violent things and all of this, but it's but you can tell that there's this sort of undeniable sort of darkness behind it, this sort of unique kind of flavor that makes that kind of makes the sound that's really consistent across all of this stuff, as it's very kind of off the wall and weird like that, but you can feel, I don't know, you can feel the kind of shittiness of living in fucking Memphis and those awful conditions that it's there's
can't have shit in Memphis.
Don't steal from me.
Yeah.
Number one. Yeah, no, this whole album is
Do not.
just it's so over the top and so funny, but at the same time the lyrical content and also a lot of the instrumentation is very dark and brooding sounding and almost grimy,
but also euphoric.
Yes. A lot of the shiny synths are really nice on this.
Yeah, I think we were talking about Purple Thing, which is a contender for my favorite. It is
Same.
Is so the beat is has this big high has some sample that has that sustains this big high note that just repeats over and over, and it's fucking endorphins flowing.
Yeah. it's a pause from the darkness of the rest of the album for sure.
Yeah. I don't know, if he was playing a show or something and touring this album, I would open up the fucking pit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would throw shit.
Yeah, it's incredible just how fucking hard I go to fucking DJ Paul.
Triple six.
Yeah, they do this track is literally entirely just a bunch of hooks. They're called verses on Genius, which is really funny because it's there's
verses.
one of them's look.
It just doesn't work that way. They're trying to make it make sense in a normal song structure kind of pop formula.
Yeah, it is just not doing it. Yeah,
it's just hooks and a what's it called? Whenever you're this is who I am.
you're tagged.
You're tagged.
Producer tags.
Yeah, that's kind of
DJ Paul. DJ Paul.
That's kind of DJ Paul. Yeah,
it's just saying his name. It's so hard. It's so hard.
It's so hard. You're goddamn DJ Paul, you're so good. You can just say your own name and it sounds great.
Yeah.
It's so funny. His name is fucking DJ Paul.
What's his real name?
It's like, what is it, like Paul
Paul
Beauregard or something? Yeah, it's, where is it?
Paul Dwayne Beauregard.
That's fucking wow. And then he goes from that to Mr. DJ Paul.
Mr. DJ Paul, yeah. Yeah, it's just like, it's so fucking ballsy, you know?
Yeah.
They're just like, you know, we know this is fucking hard. It's like, there's nobody's ever, like, remotely thought to do this kind of shit.
Yeah.
And we, like, know it's hard.
Or Sense. I really can't think of an album that does this.
Yeah, it's...
This
Yeah,
way.
it's been, there are like things about it that have been endlessly imitated, and yet nothing sounds anything like it.
Yeah, like the closest thing, I would say like Little Ugly Mane's early stuff, particularly
Yeah.
Mr. Thug Isolation, is like is basically kind of an homage to Memphis rap, you know?
Yeah, more hi-fi, turns up the silliness.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think this album is silly, then Mr. Thug Isolation is much sillier. Yeah, sense of humor helps with this album. Like you think of satanic music, and you think it's like, I don't know, trying to piss you off. And like in a way, it kind of is. Like it's definitely got some rebellious energy to it, but
Yeah.
I feel
it's
like
really just a hedonistic. Like we're just gonna
Like go fucking hard.
yeah.
And also, I think it's also just satanic shit is cool.
It is
Yeah.
cool.
That's probably also why they did it.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
like it's just
This imagery is really sick. Let's use it.
yeah. The ethos of this album is just, does it go hard?
Yeah, does it go
Yeah.
hard? If not, I don't want it near my record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just like firing on all cylinders in pursuit of going hard.
Yeah.
It's
It's so like streamlined in a way.
yeah.
You know, it's like a long album, but there's no fat.
Yeah, it's straight to the fucking point.
Yeah, I guess arguably, the instrumentals could be seen as filler, but I don't see it that way.
Nah.
Because I know some people don't like.
It's almost like hard to like differentiate
Yeah.
sometimes when
Yeah.
you listen to it all the way through, because like even a lot of the like verses kind of just serve as like an excuse to keep the
hearing
vibe going.
Yeah, no, I think about this album is like, because of course, like the first album you listen to when you get into Memphis rap, usually is Mystic Styles by 3 6 Mafia. That one's a classic. That one's fucking great. But it's like, it's funny because like that one you can almost like, it is sort of lo-fi like this one, but it's like you can go into that not knowing about the scene and sort of like be convinced that it's like, okay, it's like kind of, it's like moody and dark and kind of lo-fi, but I can see how it's sort of just like, you know, it's a rap album. I see the normal rap album things going on here, but it's pretty hilarious because that's like the most real album that came out of any of this like early stuff.
That's true.
Usually it's much more in like the sort of beat tape area, but but like even there it's like so much weirder than that.
like Mystic Style sounds a bit like scuzzy if you listen to it without like the context for the rest of the scene. But like in comparison, this album is just like deep fried.
Yeah.
It really is. There's one synth on Rhyme Buster. It was like bow 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 bow.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah, and I was like, I love it. It's so crispy.
yeah.
Did I break my fucking back? Let's blame this crack up on that dope track. My bitch try to kick my C-trick, so I dropped out something like that.
Yeah.
And that's probably my favorite track on this whole album is Front of Buster.
Front of us, yeah.
Fair enough.
Can we pull it up? Can we see what they think?
Yeah, what is he saying?
Yeah, he's saying, front of Buster with some bap.
There's no way.
For her 15.
There's no way. What the fuck is a bat?
Hey,
I'm
go
aware we might be out of our element with the slang, but I just don't believe
I'm
that.
assuming a bap's like a gun.
Well, South Korean band.
I don't think it's
Do you
South
really like
Korean
South
thing.
Korean
There's
music?
the dictionary. Big American penis.
Maybe. Maybe. That could be it.
Bless all people. Aw.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Oh, low quality marijuana that doesn't get you high.
Oh.
That's gotta be it.
That has to
Yeah.
That's gotta be it. Front, because he's fronting a bus. He's like selling.
Okay. It actually
Yeah.
is. So that actually is what he's saying, isn't it?
be. Wow, we're very out of our
Yeah, I mean, again, we're white.
Oh, not from near Memphis at all.
Not from near Memphis, so you know.
And this is like, I don't even know if that slang is like in use anymore. It's like, 'cause this is the 90s.
Yeah,
like, you know,
what was this 90?
It was like a lot of it was recorded in '94,
94.
and this version was released in '99. I guess we should have said that at some point too.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's fine. This is a chaotic mess.
Yeah, who cares?
yeah.
It
Just like the
fits
album.
it fits the album we're talking
Yeah, it
about.
is pretty. Yeah, we've been sort of.
There is chaos. Like it's chaos that makes sense, but this album is chaotic as shit.
Yeah, it's.
But yeah, it's worth disclaimer that we don't necessarily know everything we're talking about. We're not going to pretend to be experts on this culture.
Yeah.
Or music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you don't like an album, you like an album, good on you.
Styles of creation, mutilations, styles of
Yeah, this album, it's not like specifically this album because it's 3 6 Mafia's stuff in general,
Yeah, it's a
but,
lot of it.
but it's so important to where hip hop is now.
Yeah.
And you don't have to know a whole lot about hip hop to know that. Like if you just listen to any of this stuff and then anything that's out currently, then it's like pretty immediately obvious to the ear. But I guess it just doesn't get a lot of play still. I mean, how many Spotify listeners does Koopsta have?
Only 85,000. That's like nothing.
Yeah, like, compared to like how important he is, you know.
A lot of the members and like associated people went on to like have a lot of popularity, but only in like very only for like a few songs.
Yeah.
And like very, you know, like fucking Juicy J was on that fucking Katy Perry song.
Yeah,
that
Dark
Oh my
Horse.
god, Dark Horse, yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was
that.
him. That was him.
Fucking DJ Paul like owns Face Clan, you know, like
Yeah, and I mean, Future's interpolated them
yeah,
famously.
yeah. That was Travis Scott.
Oh, that was Trent.
The well, maybe we're talking about different instances.
I think we're
There's
talking
the Travis
about-
Scott lawsuit one.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the Slava Menab thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that one. I was
yeah.
thinking about the tear the club up.
There's a lawsuit about that.
I'm pretty sure there was a lawsuit. Here. Let me-
Oh, I mean that is like an open and shut. Like that was obviously. Yeah, I'm really surprised he didn't give him credit for that. Really?
Let's see. 3 6 Mafia's DJ Paul hits Travis Scott with a $40 million
so
lawsuit over
unclear.
uncleared tear the club up sample.
I mean that's literally what it is.
Yeah. Why not just say, like, I got this from here?
Yeah.
Fuck up the chord.
Fuck the cord up.
Fuck
Fuck
security.
the cord up. Fuck security is such a funny song. Not enough people have heard "Fuck Security" with Lil Jon.
It's so good.
Fucking classic. Yeah, that's another. I mean, tangent. Fucking Little John is so underrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially his early stuff.
Yeah, he deserves one of these episodes too. Even if a lot of what we're saying about this album applies to the Lil Jon and the East Side Boys stuff, but
Yeah.
like, holy fuck,
Yeah,
that
It
stuff
goes
is-
so hard.
yeah, way harder than I ever could have expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, the like I don't know, the crunk scene got like kind of clowned sort of into like partial oblivion.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
And its evolution into crunk core didn't help.
yeah.
The greatest genre name.
Yeah.
Crunk core.
I couldn't believe that was a real genre for the first like 5 times I heard that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
And then you listen to it and like look through the artists, and it's like it is a thing.
Yeah.
Probably more widely known, at least in like white America, than the crunk stuff is.
You can hear kind of because this album was like assembled loosely over several years. There was like I forget how long, but he like Koopsta like went to prison for a while at some point during this. It was, but yeah, so you can sort of hear from track to track some of the like Ready to Ride, for example. You can very much hear is like one of like the sort of crunk things that the 3 6 Mafia crew were doing.
Yeah, that's like straight up a crunk song.
Yeah, that one has it's the classic thing where you have like a fuck ton of features.
Yeah.
And everyone gets a verse, and so you just have verse after verse after verse. It's pretty hilarious.
That organ synth goes hard though.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, and the hook on this is just one of the most aggressive and hardest hooks on the whole project.
Oh yeah. Ready to ride, now I'm ready to die.
These bitches ready to hide.
Yeah, I like the thing too. They're always talking about the liquor store.
Yeah,
that comes up all the time. I think that,
robbing a liquor store.
like, why is it always the liquor store that they're, like, why rob them in particular? Like, why not like the 7-Eleven?
Well, I guess it's because one, the money is there, but like while you're getting the money, it's
You
like
steal alcohol.
yeah, like
That's actually the reason. It's very smart.
yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. It's just like something that like a lot of people want and is like easy to carry out.
Yeah, it's true. You can hold a Uzi in one hand and a bottle of vodka in the other.
Yeah, and like alcohol's, I'm sure, involved in like most robberies. So
Yeah.
they probably want more. It's like a fun place. It's
Yeah.
not all the alcohol. It's
Yeah.
kind of checks out.
There you go. I guess that's why they mention it so often.
It's also just like a pretty small building. It's probably part of it. Like,
Yeah, it's
like the
you're
gas
not gonna get
station.
mobbed by security guards or anything in a
Yeah.
liquor store.
Robbers, they hang in the hood where they rag, thinking like a bumblebee with my 45 GLOC robbers.
It's an album cover where it's really worth taking a long, hard look at it.
Yes.
Yeah. It took me, like, how long did it take you guys to notice that, like, these are people behind him?
You had to tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just people with like cabbage hair or something. I don't even know what that's on it.
There's like electricity going between them. Like
Well, the electricity is all going
towards.
towards Koopsta, which is coming from the sky from the mansion.
Oh, and there's also some around the title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So him.
It's
him
like
and
put on
his-
top of everything, but I don't know if it's supposed to be like also spreading into the crowd or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It-
Should we read off the title text up there?
Yeah. Who wants to do it?
666 Mafia presents Koopsta
Featuring
DJ Paul, Gangster Boo, Punchy Black,
Gangster Boo.
of the 666 Mafia, and what is that? And my effing self.
and my MF self. You didn't notice that?
That's one of my favorite things on this fucking cover. When I noticed
Yeah,
Oh my
it says
God.
featuring like these 3-6 Mafia members and my MF self.
I like how he separates M space F apostrophe N.
Yeah, and like we're not afraid to say motherfucking. It says MF self.
This cover is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considerably before I listened to this album, I like was so aware of it just because I fucking saw its cover on Spotify or some shit and was like, what the fuck?
The first time I
like
saw the
too
cover
powerful.
yeah, it's also write your music. I'm like, oh, that looks fucking stupid. And then I didn't listen to it. And then I moved in with you guys, and you were like, hey, this album's awesome. And you showed it to me, and I was like, holy shit, this goes hard.
I was trying to figure out if this one was actually made by Pen and Pixel. I'm not sure if it was. Most of
It's meant to look like it though.
It's clearly in that style, and like most of these covers by were like including all the 3-6 Mafia covers that look like this were made by Pen and Pixel. So I think it's it might just be, and I couldn't find it. But yeah, it's like
It's one of the
it's a
best
classic.
ones.
It's
One of the
yeah.
best covers ever. On the album cover, I think they're all like aristocrats with big poofy hair because they have like little like.
Holy shit.
They're all wearing dresses. They're like French like.
Yeah,
Or British
Yeah,
wigs or
it's
whatever.
like the old timey colonial British wig.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's right.
Why?
it's crazy.
Is it saying like anything?
I don't. Probably not.
If I had to guess, it's probably just like
It's just like a vibe.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is
I don't
blowing
know.
my mind.
I don't know. I literally can't even try to like comprehend or justify why any of the of cover is what it is.
Until I die, I'm going to keep finding new things in this cover.
Yeah, there's so it's really it's really detailed. There's so
Yeah,
many
it's
fucking-
really detailed.
It's so sensory overload that you really like.
Yeah, it's like the definition of overcrowded visually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever talk about an album cover quite as much as we did.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you guys thought the last album we were like, oh, it's a funny cover. No, this cover blows that one out of the water.
Yes, and so I think this is like what they wanted because he was like sad that the in the last album that it wasn't quite as ridiculous as something like this. I think that's what they wanted the cover to look
Oh,
like.
you like,
Yeah,
like when they
Left
when
to
you-
Experience wanted this kind of thing for sure.
Yeah.
Are you saying that's why like during the remaster or whatever they changed the cover?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
like
they
blinged it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
they're
Yeah.
trying to get it. I was just clarifying for the audience at home.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
couple stars of David and shit.
Let's get into some highlights of individual tracks.
I fucking love the classic fucking
Stash pop.
I mean, okay, yeah, Stash Pop.
That's probably the biggest one. That's the one that you guys introduced me to, and I'm like, oh, I need to listen to this.
Yeah, fucking that one's
One of the best hooks of all time.
absolutely
So good they made 2 stash pots.
2 Stash Pods, not to
Yeah.
mention the original Kingpin Skinny Pimp song.
Yeah, where it actually comes from. Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible. What's it? Tired to the bump or time to the bumper. Drug 'em, fuck 'em, I don't love 'em, dump 'em, slumped. Put a
Yeah,
put 'em-
like we
put 'em
pull
in a
up the
hose
lyrics.
Yeah, it's really fucking misogynistic and awful. But I mean,
Yeah, it's incredibly violent, but it's just.
but there's a
it just
woman on
puts
the
it-
album, so it's okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
It
When the
just
song is
rocks.
on, I'm just like fucking saying that over and over.
Yeah,
And
it's,
I'm just
it's like
yeah,
not
it's-
angry music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
don't even really like think about like I'm saying and not even thinking like what the words even mean combined, but I'm just like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
great. And then you really think about it, like, oh, this guy is tying this person up, fucking them, killing them.
It's just so rhythmically satisfying.
It is.
It goes fucking hard.
It's like fucking Pumped Up Kicks. You're like, this song rocks, and then it's just about a school shooter. It's like, oh.
So much horrorcore, like, you know, like fucking like Gravediggers or something. It's like it's very clear that it's like the whole thing is devoted to this sort of horror kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the horrorcore thing was just being really edgy.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's-
being like we're clearly not like the heroes in the story, you know.
I'm not gonna
Outlaw
justify the
stuff.
lyrics because I can't. But you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's totally fair if you think any of this kind of thing goes too far.
Yeah.
But it does go hard,
That goes very hard.
It goes very hard.
and I can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I listen to Burzum, so I think I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Dr. Dre could be an icon after all the shit he's said.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fucking Eminem, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
I was
shit.
thinking, yeah, Kim is like worse than.
Yeah, Kim is like, that feels like he means it way more than anything on this album.
I know it's yeah.
Like the song Kim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should clarify the song Kim off of the Marshall Mathers LP
Yeah.
by Eminem. It just feels like it's a lot more sincere than anything on here. They're telling a story. It's on
Yeah.
this album. It's an outlaw thing, and you know, obviously Eminem didn't actually kill his wife, but
Sure as hell wanted to.
I know.
yeah, I mean that's like, what was that song saying except I want to kill my wife?
Yeah.
This one was just like, I mean, the whole gangster rap movement really is just kind of like a reaction to that environment that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like crack destabilized black neighborhoods throughout the 80s, and
Yeah.
war on drugs in response to it. The government created a problem and then
And then punish the people
solved it.
yeah.
Solved it, quote unquote.
You know, if you're are able to listen with any nuance to it, it's very obvious what they're saying is like, fuck you, like putting us through all this shit and then telling us that we're the ones who are being too aggressive or too
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm just gonna like say the most egregious shit. Because fuck your censors, you know? Like
yeah, it's like if it's like the labeling thing. Like if you are going to call me all these things, if you're going to call me a thug, you know, like with
Yeah.
Tupac and the thug life thing. Like if you're going to call me a thug, then I'm going to like reappropriate that
yeah.
into something that I want it to be.
Yeah. Some stuff, like if it's like Kendrick Lamar or something, it's very obvious why it's doing something artistically interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when it seems like it's just like pure hedonism and anger or whatever. It's like, you know, that's always like why it's doing something that's, you know, against the grain artistically interesting.
There we go. We justified it.
I mean, so fuck you, fucking woke mob.
Woke mom. Fucking snowflakes.
I can't take shit like this anymore. think it's Judgment Night with the like you broke rule number 1. It's like a bunch of things after that I have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah, to me it feels like it's just looping, and it's almost we're just gonna keep saying what rule number 1 is because that's the rule.
I never heard
That's what he's saying. I always heard like running the blue.
Well,
He said rule number 2, no witnesses.
Yeah, I always heard, oh, come on, man, rule number 2, and then didn't hear anything else after it, so I didn't realize he said no witnesses.
Yeah, that was always like indecipherable to me, so I didn't Oh, that's interesting.
I thought the joke was rule number 2 was rule number 1.
Yeah,
but I guess no witnesses is actually rule number 2.
Yeah, another thing to highlight is like is like with Stash Pot, there's also like 2 versions of it.
Yeah.
On Spotify, it's called Stash Pot and Staff Pot.
Yes, stop hot. I just assumed that was the real title of it, and it's not.
Yeah, no, it's on Genius. It's called Stash Pot Remix.
Pretty sure Amazon Music's just called Stash Pod again. Like, there's no difference.
It's so funny. That's like it's like
Spotify fucks up the titles of so many songs. Honestly, like if they're not top 40, then they're not safe.
yeah. No, Spotify is like is like fucked up.
They did it to Coil.
They fucking
They brutalize a lot of Coil stuff.
Right now, at least as the last time we checked, fucking Triple Sun on like the new remaster of Ape of Naples called Tripe Sun on Spotify. We're pissed about that.
At least tripe is a word. What is stop?
Stop.
Stop pot.
It's a funny word, is what it is. Stop.
Yeah, I also always thought that's what it was until
I was like, maybe there's a part of this song where it sounds more like stapot.
yeah.
And I just didn't really think about it.
On the remix, I'm pretty sure vocally everything is the same. There's like 2 verses or something.
Well, it's a lot more. It's not as intense when he raps.
I think it might be a different recording.
Yeah, I think it is because he sounds different.
Like it's like everything, like the writing for all the lyrics.
The lyrics
is
are the same,
and the vocal performance is very similar. But I think like the only difference is that he's like with the melody he's singing, it like fits the key.
Is it? I don't know. I always thought it was the same recording.
I might be wrong.
I might be wrong, but I always thought it was different. Yeah.
I don't know, the thing that always there's like one part I'm trying to find in the lyrics, but there's this hilarious part where it because part of what makes me think it's the same recording is there's like this place, you know what I'm talking about, where it switches to a completely different, like obviously completely different recording. Oh yeah, here it is. It's DJ Paul. So it's in the second verse in the Stash Pot remix, and like this I'm pretty sure doesn't happen in the original one. In this version, DJ Paul comes in the middle of the verse and it's like, you know what I'm talking about? And it's like sounds completely different.
You'll have to play it.
Yeah, okay, I gotta find it. It always cracks me up. It sounds so funny.
I'll put it in this part of the episode.
They call it Koopsta, got them trees and stairs.
Purple Chevy ballin' here with a 450 in that bitch.
Plus some land on niggas, 5 bitches, they can't fuck with this.
Yeah, that was clearly recorded at a different time, one way or another.
Yeah, it's like completely. It's like has a totally different effects chain on it. And the way it's like louder than the original one. And like the way he says like run that biatch, and it's like back to. It's so funny.
Someone said there's a Faith No More sample in the remix.
Oh, is there?
Really?
That's what I heard. I didn't look into it. Doesn't sound like Faith No More, so I don't know what song it would be.
Yeah. Alright.
Also, I'm almost positive that's different because the murder sounds different in that one than that.
Murder.
Because this one he goes murder, and it goes murder.
Yeah, if I forgot where I heard it, but I've heard before that like your voice, like as you're rapping, is usually going to kind of naturally veer towards like the key of the song.
Yeah.
And because there is like some tonality to it, and that like comes out as you like draw the note out, but like, you know, notes are just frequencies, and like any sound you make is going to be at a frequency. And yeah, I think I heard that in the context of like debunking the whole like Ben Shapiro rap isn't music
what
shit.
What did Ben Shapiro say about this album?
Oh, I think he'd say it is a masterpiece, actually.
Has no melody.
Well, he would say it's the same thing over and over again, and like it's.
Yeah, because there's definitely no repetition in classical music either.
Yeah, never.
Is this even professional? Is this even a real... Where'd you find this?
And then he'd say something about black culture, and it would be
Yeah, be like
really, yeah, very obviously.
He would flip the causality arrow around.
Yeah.
On,
Black people are
culture
aggressive
that-
and fucked up, says Ben Shapiro.
I bet Yeah, think of how many kids listen to this album and then put a woman in the stash pot.
Yeah. No fathers, only mothers. He always talks about how there's no dads, and that's what's like that's the issue. It's like
Think of how many black fathers were more concerned with the purple thing than raising their families.
this is clearly satanic. Hence why they leave their kids.
Oh yeah, that would probably be the first thing, is he would say he would notice it's called the Devil's Playground, and not actually get to like a satanic reference even. And
Yeah.
just be
How early on? Isn't it pretty early on where the 666 thing comes in?
Yeah.
Triple six.
I don't think he would get more than 30 seconds into any song.
Yeah.
He would just kind of like skip around.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I've been called the Ben Shapiro of rap. My version slaps significantly harder.
On Torture Chamber, the fucking Lord Infamous from like the track Mystic Styles sample.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there are some hooks, and in the case of Now I'm High, basically the whole song that are taken from other projects. It's so great.
It's pretty. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's throughout like Memphis rap and even like other Southern hip hop, but like it's very prominent on this album is the use of the word Buster.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's yeah. I guess that was like that was like I don't know. It reminds
Must
me.
have carried a lot more weight to it back then, because it doesn't anymore.
Buster.
It reminds me of like in mob movies where they'll say like jerk.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking jerk. It's like a much bigger insult to them. It's like, okay, Buster.
Yeah. Buster and jerk are both like white people, millennial shit. It's like, what a jerk.
Yeah, like calling someone a punk as an insult. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, punk.
Because there's
I
so
would
much.
imagine like it's probably like old head language though. It's not a term that's in newer hip hop very much.
Definitely not, yeah. Because there's Buster's Better Make Way, and then there's also Front of Buster, which we were talking about.
Bona Buster.
With some bet.
Up to 15. Bona Buster.
Yeah, get the hoe for her 15. Now that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking it was like mugging somebody
Yeah.
for $15, which I thought sounded a little not worth it.
Yeah.
But like if it's scamming somebody
Yeah.
with bunk weed,
Yeah.
then it's starting to
That makes
make
a lot more sense.
Just a
yeah.
little not worth
It's
it.
all coming together.
Just a little.
Yeah, of course on Buster's Better Make Way, we have the classic DJ Paul, bless DJ Paul
On your motherfucking ass.
It was hard as fucking shit.
Tech 9 to the dome.
I fucking yeah. Oh my
Tech
God.
9 to the dome.
That just goes on. Yeah, I love that there's so much of DJ Paul saying his own name. It's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You have to be like either a narcissist or really self-confident to do that.
Yeah, maybe both.
Yeah.
Bit of both.
Probably a bit of both.
But it's also like they were not expecting this to do huge numbers or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is like a Write Your Music exclusive. This
Yeah.
album.
Really, it's like where the lo-fi sound of all this stuff comes from is that it was like this shit was just like tapes, you know? Like they
Yeah.
would just like record it to cassette tapes and like pass it
Yeah, it was
around.
necessity.
That was like the way this classic Memphis rap stuff was all made and like distributed.
Yeah.
Inside that funk can hypnotize.
Yeah, let's talk about the ones that were inexplicably not on streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talking and
Crucifix.
Crucifix.
Yeah, Crucifix.
Yeah.
Crucifix is just awesome.
Crucifix is probably one of my favorites, although that might just be that I've heard it less, so it's like newer to me.
Yeah.
Because really, if you love one song, you'll love
Love 'em
any
all.
of them. Yeah, the one that's different, truly different on this album is Talking,
Talking, yeah.
which
Yeah.
is sorely missing from Spotify.
Is
and
it,
all
did you guys
the
find out why
streaming
that
services.
is? Is it just like a...
That's a good question.
I
There's
have
no
no
like
idea.
samples in it. Like there's
Yeah.
definitely original audio.
It just like kind of happens. Like Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg is back,
Oh, is it?
except for one song.
Oh my god.
Just like one of the songs in the middle. I don't remember.
Yeah,
why is
that's-
this only like, exclusive like with like old hip hop albums that I've noticed? Like it's nothing else I've seen on
Yeah,
it.
There's probably lots of rights
samples.
issues. And,
Yeah, I mean, I think
sample clearances.
in hip hop that's always been a thing. There's like a whole story there where it was like you had a few a few albums that got through with no problem. I don't know, a few classics from the 80s that it was just like, oh yeah, fair
Paul's
use,
Boutique.
whatever. Yeah, Paul's Boutique had like no issue, and at some point, they just like realized, if like there's just like
They
somebody was
wanted a
making
piece of the pie.
yeah, like somebody could line their pockets by making the laws super opaque and stupid about sampling, and so and since then we've just had like what it is, and of course since it's like, you could certainly analyze it being like a black genre who couldn't fight back as well, and so it's just like have this.
Yeah, they couldn't quite clamp down on it enough with the parental advisory stickers.
Yeah, it's
I like how on this album it's in the center. Usually it's like in the corner. This one finally just has it.
Well, that didn't. That didn't work because then the parental advisory sticker became really cool.
Yeah, that's like the thing that I really love that. It's like it's just like a central part of album covers. Since that like
there have been some examples of people like making that like the biggest thing on the cover.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while it's like, oh, is this gonna be a cool album? Probably because it has parental advisory.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we should talk about what Talkin' is.
Yeah, let's talk about Talkin'.
Let's talk about Talkin'.
So this is a thing that they did, which is really fucking hilarious. Where like at the end of like so many of these albums, they would have fucking DJ Paul come on and like advertise all the other albums that are coming out from like their crew, and he just like talks like he probably doesn't have it written down. It seems like he just kind of like talking.
I think this cannot be scripted. This is just
no.
like he has probably a list with all the fucking albums.
Because there's one point like halfway through where he like signs off and then like clearly comes back in remembering that he has more things to say.
He says, "Peace the
See you
fuck out. I'm gonna jump up my hypnotized mind boat and see you boys when I get back to the shore, and I'll see you haters in hell."
Yeah,
and then you're like,
also
"Oh, it's
tell
done."
you.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, actually, I need to tell you about this."
Yeah, and I also want to tell you.
It's like he couldn't do another take.
No.
Like he only had those 2 minutes.
The man's busy.
have
He
the
has
one-
no fucking time.
We have the one tape. I'm not gonna redo it.
And it's like,
Yeah.
and I love the part he's like, couldn't you guys have gotten this shit out sooner? No, we could not.
And I know what you're asking. Can it come out sooner? No, we cannot.
Because it's gonna be bumping.
It's gonna be
Listen.
bumping.
Yeah, it's just like fucking hilarious. There's so many.
I know you all like, goddamn, can't bring the shit out sooner.
No,
we
we
cannot.
It's just gonna be motherfucking bumping. So look out for that shit. Look out for the movie.
Props to whoever like fucking annotated this whole Genius page and like wrote it all out.
Yeah. God love him.
It's like, I mean, just speaking of like ballsy, completely unorthodox things, like imagine like fucking Radiohead coming out the end of there. Like that was like another artist making music at this time. Imagine them coming on and being like, "Hey, check out the new so and so album." And
Didn't we have a running bit about this where we were like, oh yeah, you said you had a dream where Hootie and the Blowfish did it?
oh yeah, so that was the thing. Like imagine
What bands would they even like call out to?
Well, it was like,
It was just explicitly like a thanks for buying our album.
but because it's like imagine like I only want to be with you. Like, that everyone knows the instrumental. Like, imagine that just like plays out at the end of the song, and then each of the members go on, and the person is like, "Hi, I'm Steve Hootie. I'd like to." I don't know what their fucking names are. Oh, like Gary Stefan is the main guy. Anyway, it's like
In my mind, his first name is Hootie.
Yeah, Hootie. I'm Bob Blowfish. Yeah, it's like they're just like
Blowfish is one of them. It's not.
Yeah, maybe the rest of them are like all brothers who are named all have the last name Blowfish.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining.
I never considered that. Is the Blowfish singular or plural?
I hope it's singular.
But just like imagine like the instrumental. It's like they're just like playing, looping, and they'll come on. It's like, "Hey guys, thanks for checking out our album. Like this is we really appreciate all our fans." We're out. And then another one comes on. It's like, hey man, I love seeing all you fans out there.
I'm Blowfish number 2.
The instrumental is still just playing.
It's like still looping. And then they're like, okay, now everyone all together now for one more. Are you ready? And it's like, everyone beer.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
God. I mean, we could do that.
We could just make our own version of that.
It's so fucking easy.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually have a theory as to why they did this.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, like Memphis is a lot more like collaborative and it's a lot more of like a community. So I guarantee you they're like thinking like, okay, everyone's gonna get around, listen to the new Koopsta record.
Yeah.
And then at the end, DJ Paul's gonna fucking say all the shit that's coming out, and everyone's gonna be like, oh hell yeah, like that's coming out. So,
Yeah, it's kind of sweet. Yeah, they're
Like, I think it's kind of
And they're all like featured on each other's stuff, and DJ Paul is producing like all of it.
Yeah, it's cool. It reminds me of like that there's like that Tommy Wright the third song where he just like lists everyone he can think of in the Memphis rap scene. It's like it's so funny. He just like says the name of like everyone in the Memphis rap scene.
Yeah. It's like a bibliography.
It's like I don't know. It's kind of sweet. They're all like it's everyone's kind of supporting each other.
Because with the East Coast West Coast feuds, and feuds still and beefs still happen in rap all the time, obviously.
But not to the extent.
Yeah, it was at like a fever pitch at this time, and it was just nice that in the South they were all kind of banding together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all sort of the underdogs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it was the same thing in Houston too, really. I mean, like, it was like everyone...
UGK, DJ Screw.
Yeah, but you had Ghetto Boys and
Ghetto
all the
Boys.
members in Houston. Yeah, I mean, it was... Especially, like, I don't know, these days, like, often with, like, SoundCloud and shit, like, regional things are often much more sort of watered down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, your allegiance is much more to, like, your online community in a lot of cases. I don't know.
Yeah.
These places where it's, like... Everyone actually had to like pass around cassettes and shit.
Yeah, it was a lot more personal.
That all said, it is really fucking hilarious to get to the end of one of these albums and just have like fucking DJ Paul with like a delay on his voice, just like rambling on about what albums are coming out.
Just the worst way to produce your voice when it's you're just talking.
It just like puts a random couple effects on it and just like we're good.
I guarantee you, he was just like, oh shit, this sounds really cool. Like,
he was not sober.
Yeah,
There's no way.
There's no way. Yeah, it's
I made a point when I told you, like, when we were like going into it, I was like, I asked you if these two songs were on Amazon because that's where you stream it, and you said no. And I made a point of being like, oh good, those are important songs, and I didn't go into talking at all.
Yeah.
So what did you think when you got to talking?
I was just confused. Like, because it legitimately just sounds like some guy who just like smoked a joint. He's like, all right, guys, let's.
That's exactly what happened.
And I love it. Like, I'm so sad it's not on the album. Like, if they took it off the album because they thought it didn't flow well or some shit, like, I'd be so mad.
But Crucifix is there. That has, one of the coolest samples on the album.
It's true.
Yeah, it's probably just a weird streaming thing that is not on there. Yeah.
Well, if you buy it on vinyl, we'll be able to hear it, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing that on nice crispy vinyl, DJ Paul just fucking going off about all the shit coming out in '99 or whatever.
Yeah, one of the funniest ones actually is on the one where they're fucking pouring the fucking like champagne bottle on his head. There's like a card, and they put like an entire like Gangsta Black song at the end.
Yeah.
Like after the talking equivalent. It's so funny. It's like you gotta check out this new single, and then they like put somebody else's single.
It's so awesome. It's It's become one of my favorite hip hop albums.
I don't know. It's got its thing down like so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's just like really, really something to behold.
It is. Yeah.
That is probably the best way I could describe this album to someone is. I know we spent the last 2 hours or something trying to just put this into words, but really this album I cannot put into words very well.
Yeah.
Such a unique blend of comedy, grimy, dark, a little bit of horrorcore, some Satanist shit, and so many good hooks and samples. It's it feels like a best hits of a whole movement of music.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking awesome, and I recommend it highly.
Finally.
At least as addictive as lean.
Yeah.
And that shit's addictive as fuck.
Purple thing.
Yeah. In short,
In short. None of
I don't
this
know.
is short.
This is great. Yeah. I don't know. This is an excellent album.
Yeah, this album fucking rocks. Please listen to it. Like, please.
Yeah, it's
Buy this man's music.
yeah.
Make him popular. Follow him on Spotify. He needs more recognition.
Yeah.
And rest in peace.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah, that's another like, sad thing behind it. Like a lot of these people are like dead now.
Lord Infamous.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a majority of the original, 5 from 3 6 Mafia. It's it's really, it shows something about like the actual kind of like rawness and the sort of what this came out of.
Yeah. Well, Freddie,
Yeah.
would you recommend this album?
I would certainly recommend this album.
Noah, would you recommend this album?
I guess.
I'd recommend this album. Would you say you have a favorite track on this album?
I say for now it's probably Stash Pot.
That's fair.
I'll call it the Purple Thing. Cause
Alright.
Yeah.
Mine's Friend of Buster.
Yeah, so it's a pretty we got a spread there, which
Yeah.
I think says a lot about
Yeah,
the
which
album.
says a lot about the album, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great album.
Well, thanks for joining us, and
Bye!
Don't forget rule number 1.
Do
not
not fuck me. Let's go.
goodbye.
Bye.
What's up? What's up? People out there in the wonderful world. I'm in this motherfucker has a motherfucker finna tell you what to look out for. A new 3 6 Mafia album coming out in February 2000. Yeah, I know y'all like, yeah, damn. Can't bring the shit out sooner? No, we cannot. Cause the shit is gonna be motherfucking bumping. So look out for the shit, look out for the movie choices. All the shit is dope. The Project Pat album, get it green in stores right now. You know what I'm saying? The Teddy Club of Thugs hit album. The Teddy Club of Thugs album is in stores right now. And it ought to be gold by now. I don't know when this tape will be coming out, but it's almost gold now while I'm speaking of shit. So by the time you get it, the album ought to be gold. Check the shit out. Chapter 2, World Domination in stores right now. It might be platinum by the time this shit come out. Hopefully. But you know what I'm saying? We're in this motherfucker. We gonna holler at y'all. Peace the fuck out. I'm finna jump on my hypnotized man's boat. And I see you boys when I get back to shore. And I see you haters in hell. Yeah, and I also want to tell y'all to remind y'all to look out for the Lil Chat album. The up and coming Lil Chat album produced by Hypnotized Minds. Not the other ones. The one by Hypnotized Minds, produced by yours truly, super producers DJ Paul and Juicy J. She's now a part of the camp, so look out for her. And she's the new lady in the posse. She's gonna be fun.